Hey everyone, today is going to be a follow-up video on the P1s walkthrough that I did a couple of weeks ago because the Intemperance strat that my group used was completely wrong, as we didn't know that there were 3 possible patterns, and it always ended up with one of our players getting a damage down instead. So today I'm going to walk you through how you can do the correct strat or a correct version, because there are multiple ways of handling this mechanic. The way that my group ended up doing it is with 2 flex players, which will be one of the DPS players, which will be on the 4th tile that you can see in our marker setup, and then also the off tank who starts south. Now, we did not come up with this strategy. The first time that we saw it was from the pocket guide from Yoonbob, so I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. But some people still ask me if I could do a Ilya version of the explanation, hence why I am making this video today. So we'll be taking a look at it from a normal player perspective, so one of the 6 players that does not need to flex, and then we'll also take a look at it from the off tank perspective, and then I'll also explain what the flex DPS needs to do in case it is a flex pattern. So first off, for the 6 normal players, it is going to be the same as I explained in the P1s walkthrough. If you have the same elements, you need to get hit by a second explosion. If you have opposite elements, you don't need to get hit by a second explosion. One thing also to note is that the second explosion will always be fire in the north and ice in the south. So that's something to keep in mind as well if you need to go and grab yourself an element. When it comes to the normal players, that is not the main tank, you'll always need ice second if you need to get a second element, whereas the main tank might need to get fire, but you'll see that in the second clip as well. So first explosion goes out. In my case, I have top and bottom different, so I go second for, or I go middle for the second explosion, which will go out in just a second, and then I can move back to my home tile. For the 6 normal players, you'll always start in your own assigned tile, and you'll always stop in your assigned tile as well. So in my case, I will always be north, all of the other players as well. It's just the 2 flex players that will potentially need to switch. So in this case, I have top and bottom the same. So I grabbed my eyes on my home tile, then I need to go north for the fire tile explosion. Don't mind me running back and forward a bit. And then I go to my home tile again. And then our flex DPS and our off tank might need to do something else, which you'll see in just a second. So those are the 2 normal things that you could do when you are the 6 normal players. So as for our flex players, it depends what the 3 cubes are on the bottom. So if you get triple eyes, this is the easy pattern, I guess you could say, because in this pattern you also end on your same tile. So what I need to do over here is I get hit by ice, which is the first one, then I need to get fire, which is in the north, so I move north, and then I move south again. Also, whenever I'm the off tank, because of how my group tanks this fight, it will always be the second Intemperance, so you'll also see how to handle the in and out mechanic. So you get the second explosion first, and then you do the in and out mechanic before moving back to your own tile. So this was the easy pattern, triple eyes. Everybody ends on their own tile. Now this is going to be the flex pattern. So for the flex pattern, you need to pay attention to which of the 2 hands is glowing off the boss. In this case, the hand at the bottom, as you can see over here, is glowing, meaning we go from bottom to top. So in my case, I get fire first, ice second, and then I need to get a fire again, which I can get from one of the corners, which is why I'm going to be switching with my DPS. My DPS on the southwest is going to get ice first, then he needs to grab fire in the north, and then he needs to get my ice. So the first one is going to explode from the bottom, so I get fire. So I get to just stay south. As you can see, my Reaper is going to be moving north to get the fire in the north. Then we dodge the out and then in after the second explosion goes out. So second explosion, then dodge the in and out mechanic. And then everybody goes back to their home tiles, whereas me and our Reaper are going to be switching tiles for the final explosion. And then we have the last pattern. This one is going to be top to bottom. I'm gonna see if I can pause it well. So as you can see, his top hand is glowing over here, meaning that we have to do the reverse. So me and the Reaper are still going to be doing the same movement. It's just that we take the movement from the other person. So in this case, I get ice first, then I need to get fire in the north, and then I get the ice from our Reaper tile, whereas my Reaper gets fire first, and then he goes to my tile to get ice and fire second. So first explosion is going to go out. I move north to get fire, whereas my Reaper is going south to get ice. then we dodge the in and out. Again, first you wait for your tile to explode, then you dodge the in and out, and then me and the Reaper are going to be switching our home tiles, whereas everybody else moves back to their starting position. And that resolves all of these possible patterns. So as you can see, if you're one of the 6 normal people, the only thing you have to pay attention to is what you get. Same 2 elements, you grab the opposite element in the second explosion, different elements, you go mid for the second explosion, and then for our 2 flex players, the off tank and the assigned DPS, you have those 3 patterns that I showed towards the end of the video. So that does it for this one. I'll leave a link to the Bob Pocket guide if you want to get like a quick refresher for this before you start raiding or something like that. You can go and watch his video because that is also where we got the strategy from. But hopefully if you needed some extra explanation and if the pocket guide was not enough, then you will have that one over here. And of course, if you have any more questions, then feel free to leave them in the comments down below and I'll definitely get back to you. But that's gonna do it for me. So I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.